Namaste and very good evening to all. I am Dr. Mahesh Arvind, Chairman of Prajna Foundation. I welcome you all for today's talk. Prerana is talk of the week. Today's talk is on From Pressure to Progress, Navigating Adolescence with Care and Clarity by Dr. Nagaraj Halemani, a physician and neuroscientist from iBrains Center for Precision Neuropsychiatry. Sir is a biomedical specialist, neuroscientist, and medical doctor with years of experience in neurology, neuropsychiatry, and biomolecular research, with a demonstrated record of productivity and innovation, working in reputed institutions across Europe and United States. As a consultant neuroscientist, Sir offers services to clinicians, medical and pharma establishments by combining his experiences and skills in medicine and basic sciences. He has managed several research projects, launching and collaborating with international teams, leading to significant discoveries and peer-reviewed publications that helped him to fetch many research goals. Sir, on behalf of the Prajna Foundation, my team of researchers and all the audience, I welcome you, sir. Over to Dr. Nagaraj.
Okay, namaste, everyone. I'm Dr. Nagaraj. So I'm very glad to be here with Dr. Mahesh Arvind. So he asked me to talk overview, actually, not anything much in detail. Overview about adolescence and challenges. So let's start. So I think I don't need to say anything more about myself, as you already heard. So I run a iBrains Center for Precision Neuropsychiatry, where we offer very the remedies for mental health issues based on precision medicine, and we also personalize the treatment aspects. So today we will discuss, I would rather say discuss, because I want you all to be involved in this, because everyone's challenges are different, they're unique. So whatever I'm going to talk, it's going to be overview. It may not be applicable to all. So let's start. So basically, I will kind of have I'm going to talk on three different headings. Kind of we start with understanding the common adolescent mental health challenges that we already know of. Most of us know about that. And we learn some of the science-based remedies, basically focusing on the neuroscience aspects, because if you understand the scientific basis of any challenge, you can find relevant solutions. And also, we will explore some of the culturally relevant solutions because we are talking to Indian families and students. We can as well talk more about culturally relevant solutions. Okay? So let's start. So as you know, most of the adolescent means like from the age of 16 to 20 or something, they all face a few common challenges. What are they? One is academic pressure. Okay. Other is screen and social media addiction. In the last 10-15 years, because we all have access to digital tech, high-tech, internet, mobile phones. So there is a rampant social media addiction. And there is also, we see sometimes that this leads to depression, anxiety, stress, and other mental health issues. And we also have peer pressure, identity issues, and also there is, during this age, adolescents are a bit rebellious at home and outside. So there is a family communication breakdown that happens. Okay? So these are some of the common issues. I don't think this is an exhaustive list. There could be many more issues, but we can slowly talk about them. Okay, let's see. As a neuroscientist, I look at all these issues using my scientific lens, basically a neuroscientific perspective. What does it mean? What is neuroscientific perspective? See, adolescence is a very, very critical stage in anybody's development, especially human development. Adolescence is an age where the brain is still developing. Okay, you might have assumed that we are so like you're already 16, 17 years of age, like you think it's not completely developed. No, it's not completely developed because there is an area in the frontal part of the brain. It's called prefrontal cortex. Okay, prefrontal cortex is very unique for humans. Okay? So you don't see even in monkeys, you don't see, although they have very rudimentary prefrontal cortex. So the prefrontal cortex in humans is very unique, and it's very important for some of the functions like decision making, self-control, avoiding risk-taking behavior. Some of these are very important functions. Regulating our emotions, anger, etc. So this is still not completely developed, prefrontal cortex. Other areas are almost developed, and this one is still not yet fully developed. It goes on like until mid-20s, it's not fully developed. Okay? So we have two areas in the brain. One is limbic system, that is very primitive. So that's found in all animals. That's important for our survival. So that controls a lot of our emotions. Okay, very basic emotions. And this limbic cortex is connected with the prefrontal cortex. Since the prefrontal cortex, which controls limbic system, is not well developed, the limbic system, takes predominance. So in adolescence, you have a lot of impulsivity, mood swings, risk-taking behavior, because the prefrontal cortex that controls limbic system is not yet well developed. Okay, this is a very basic neuroscientific perspective. Okay, let's leave at that. We'll come back to that point because that's very important. Okay, so let's start with I listed some of the common issues, adolescent issues. One of the main issue is academic pressure. As we all know, we in Indian society or most Asian societies is emphasis on academic achievement. Okay, the parental expectations, the family, and you know the 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 expectation from the society peer, it's very high. Sometimes it leads to a lot of mental health issues, including stress, anxiety, sleep issues, perfectionism, withdrawal from uh, social withdrawal, all these things, because we just cannot meet the expectations of your parents, your peers, the society, etc. Okay? So the next issue is screen time and social media. We are all hooked to our mobiles, almost without exceptions. Okay? Anybody who buys mobile phone, like they have their social media apps, and they spend few hours on social media every day. And okay, it helps to communicate with your friends and families, but at times, most times, it goes out of your hand. You spend too much time, 2-3 hours, or even sometimes 5-6 hours. I don't know how many hours. So this social media, I mean, overuse, I will say overuse. The social media overuse affects something called dopamine system in the brain. Okay? So this leads to some kind of fatigue, mental fatigue. You start comparing with others, peer pressure, all those things. Sometimes it leads to the cyberbullying if you are trapped in with someone you don't know well. Okay, so these are another major issues. Okay, so we also can, we have sometimes adolescents have identity issues, okay, relationship, challenges, peer pressure. Sometimes you have you don't know what to do in your career, and sometimes you have cultural conflict with the modern values. Sometimes you feel that others are not empathetic to you, others are not supporting you. Okay, and this leads to a lot of mental health issues like stress, anxiety, depression, irritability. This leads to somatic complaints like headache, back pain, and also social withdrawal, and also mainly what we see in these days is substance abuse, alcohol, drugs, and this leads to violence sometimes. So what we know so far is roughly around 20% of Indian adolescents are facing these kind of mental health issues. Okay? So we encourage, as a medical doctor, we encourage early intervention. Okay? One has to identify the issues early in stage, and you have to take action. Okay, so, and what about I was also talking about communication breakdown at home. This happens, because during adolescence you are very rebellious, you don't listen to anyone. Parents, give up, saying, "Oh, this guy, he doesn't care, he doesn't listen to anyone." So there is a communication breakdown between parents and the kids, and they kind of, avoid talking. They only stick to very basic communication, and what happens is sometimes parents just ignore the kids' emotions, and vice versa. So one can adapt, if parents are listening, one can kind of avoid these kind of issues. One can kind of adopt active listening to your kids. Check in once in a while, like weekly check in with your kid, and also try to encourage them to talk out. Because they will have certain emotions that are not easy for them to express. Okay, you just have to encourage them to talk it out. Okay, so And other thing is mainly what is the other main important issue that affects adolescents is erratic lifestyle, because you just okay, so you think attending college and doing some assignments, that's fine, and then the rest is all your time. So you don't, usually people don't eat on time, don't sleep on time, all these things happens because you go out, you spend, so it becomes erratic, lifestyle becomes very erratic sometimes, unless you are very disciplined. And also sometimes you live out of your homes, in hostels, where you don't have access to healthy food, and so this also affects. And also you don't have access to clean rooms, all those things. And also safety issues sometimes are major thing, especially for girls. So I would encourage that you need to make sure that you have to take care of your diet, you have to take care of your sleep, you have to take care of your physical activity. These three things are very, very important. So please take care wherever you are. Make sure you eat one healthy diet a day. Okay? If not, if you are eating 3 meals per day, at least make sure you eat one healthy meal in a day. If you can make all 3 meals healthy, good. If you can't, for whatever reasons, just at least keep one meal healthy. What is healthy? Healthy meals should be rich in fruits, vegetables, leafy greens, whole grains. If you are eating meat, go for it, but make sure it's lean meat. Eggs are excellent source of all nutrients. It's a complete food. Fatty fish, if you are eating fish, go for fish. Nuts, seeds, okay. And please reduce intake of ultra processed foods, soda with added sugar, unhealthy fats, okay, all these things. And make sure that you get physical activity few times a week, if not every day. Okay, what does physical activity means? Like, you can do your favorite sport, you can go to gym, you can do yoga at home. You don't have to go out, you can do everything in your little room with the yoga mat. Okay, and make sure whenever you do some physical activity, make sure you sweat. Okay, not just 2-3 minutes and then you are done. No. Make sure you sweat. Okay. And prioritize sleep. Sleep is extremely important. Make, if possible, sleep on time. Okay, don't be erratic. One day you sleep at 10, another day you sleep at 12, another day you sleep at 2. Okay, I mean, once in a week where you go out on weekends, that's okay. But weekdays, please try to maintain a regular timings for your sleep. And while you sleep, make sure the quality of sleep is more important than the quantity of sleep. Quantity of sleep is the number of hours of sleep. Even if you sleep in 5 hours, make sure you have a deep sleep undisturbed. Okay? Instead of having 8 hours sleep but disturbed in between for whatever reasons. Looking at your mobile at 2 o'clock for whatever reasons. Keep your mobile phone away from your hand while sleeping. Okay? If you are keeping your mobile phone for alarm, I would suggest you go buy an alarm clock. Okay, instead of using your mobile phone. Okay? So I would also suggest you adopt yoga and mindfulness. These are our ancient traditions, and whoever has adopted yoga and mindfulness, they have earned really good benefits, health benefits. Okay, so I also recommend in my clinic people with mental health issues. I strongly recommend some of the yoga techniques, including deep breathing. That actually reduces anxiety. Deep breathing, few minutes a day during start of your day, or you can do as many number of times in a day. It doesn't matter. Just 5 minutes of deep breathing helps you reduce your anxiety, stress levels. Okay? You feel energetic. Try this. Just it's very simple. Okay? If you don't know how to do deep breathing, go to YouTube, learn how to do deep breathing. Okay, and then keep practicing it every day, at least 2-3 times a day, and then see over a few weeks you will see very good change in yourselves. Okay? It really works. Okay? And it really improves your focus and it reduces your stress and anxiety. It's the cheapest way to solve your if you have any mild mental health issues like stress, anxiety, depression, which are very common in adolescents. Okay? If you don't know how to do, you can come here, you can reach out to me, I will teach you how to do it. So another thing is, we are all hooked to mobile phones for whatever reasons. We say, okay, I use my mobile phone for work, I use my mobile phone for for the online lectures, I use my mobile phone for educational videos. That's fine, but you just cannot learn everything on mobile phone. Okay, limit your use of mobile phone. Okay, so create phone-free zone in your homes or wherever you stay. And also, if a family is listening, family should make sure that you have certain screen time rules. Okay? That's very important. Okay? So after 8 p.m., nobody should be using smartphones at home. Okay? Just make sure you only receive calls. Don't look at social media in the night. Okay? So, and also parents should be very, very careful about this, because parents they restrict mobile phone to their kids while they are looking at it. Okay, it doesn't work like that. You should be a role model. Okay? Parents should be role models, because children learn from their parents. Even during adolescence, they learn from their parents. So parents should be role models as far as digital hygiene is concerned. Because it's very important. How you use the technology is very important. Although any technology is very, very useful, you should also know how not to overuse it, how not to abuse it. Okay. So, see, almost everyone without exception, goes through certain mental health issues. It can be mild, moderate, or severe, whatever, right? You'll have some stressful situation, you'll have anxiety, nervousness. This is very common. Okay? But whenever, so what are these signs that you might be having some mental health issues? Whenever you see yourselves or parents, you see that your kid having some changes in appetite, in sleep, in mood. So, these are the early signs where you should spot and say, okay, he's not what he is, or she's not what she used to be, right? Can seek help. Okay, help from whatever, therapist, the community support, psychologist. It's no shame to seek help. Okay? Don't try to hide it. And also adolescents or kids who are listening to this, don't feel ashamed to seek help, because everyone, I tell you, everyone without exception goes through mental health issues. As we get fever, right? Getting fever is normal, right? We all get fever, we all get cold cough. Okay? But we are not ashamed to say I got cold cough or I got fever. I was sick last week, I couldn't come to college. We all say it without any shame. But when you want to say, oh, I was feeling low, you are ashamed to say, because you feel that if you say that I'm feeling low, you think that you are mentally weak. That's a label you assume you get it. That's not true. We all go through low phases, everyone, without exception. Okay? Just accept it as a norm. It's a norm to go. Sometimes, going into low phases. It's just a norm. Okay? You can't be always flying high. There's no chance. Okay? So seek help. Okay, whether it's in your if you have any mental health support in your college, seek help, or outside in the family. Go build good relationship with your family. It's very important. Sometimes within the family, if not your own parents, within the family, uncle, aunt, neighbors, talk to them. Elders, if you have a close community within your neighborhood, talk to your elders. They will have solutions for sure. They will, because they would have gone through your whatever issues you are facing right now. They would have already gone through. They would have solved them for themselves. That solution would be applicable to you as well. So don't feel ashamed. Don't feel hesitant to ask help. Seek help. It's very important. So you need to build a resilient mind. Okay. So parents should kind of encourage the kids so that you should give them an emotional safety net. Okay, so all kids during adolescence, they go through emotional roller coaster. It happens without exception. So you make sure that you are available to them. Make sure that once in a while, weekly once, tell them that you are there. You are there for them, for whatever it is. Okay. You should say it. You should stress it. It's not just, because they don't sometimes, assume it. You just cannot leave it to assumptions. You need to express it, that you are there for them, for anything. Okay. Once you encourage them to express their emotions, it's easy. The communication will become easy. And you need to encourage them to seek help. Don't make them embarrassed or feel ashamed to seek help. Don't tell them you are weak or something like that. Okay? It's not about being weak. Everyone has issues. Okay, so I was talking about how adolescent brain develops. That there are during adolescence you have the brain area called prefrontal cortex is not well developed, and this prefrontal cortex is responsible for the regulation of our mood, of our impulsivity, and all the typical adolescent behavior. It actually, so it actually, controls all your impulsivity. It's not well developed, to be honest. Okay? So, but it doesn't mean that you care. That's not an excuse to involve in risk-taking behavior. It's not an excuse saying that, okay, anyway, my prefrontal cortex is not well developed, so I cannot control my emotions. I cannot control my impulsivity. That's not an excuse, because the brain is very, very flexible in the sense that whatever you feel, it learns. The prefrontal cortex, which is not yet well developed, it is developing, and it will develop based on what you feed it. Okay, it will become what you feed it. For example, the brain gets feedback from other organs like heart. It gets feedback from the gut, it gets feedback from the liver and other organs. Okay, so there is a crosstalk between all other organs and the brain. Okay? So if your physical health is good, your mental health will be good, because there is a crosstalk. That's very important. Another thing is your external behavior. Whatever you say, whatever you do, that feeds back into your brain. Okay, if you have certain impulsivity and uncontrolled emotions, you can practice on controlling them. That is, consciously trying to control. That feeds into your brain, and that will develop into very well mature brain. Okay? So all these things are important. So what I'm saying is like your brain is like a hardware, your behavior is like a software. This hardware, software, they talk to each other, and they are very, very flexible. Your hardware, your brain is a hardware, but it doesn't mean that. But it's very plastic. The circuits can be rebuilt using your own behavior. Okay, so that's very important to remember. Okay? Your behavior shapes your brain. Okay, so I talked about these issues and some of the common solutions. And you can also seek some resources, kind of like books, community support, governmental or NGOs that offer support to youth, adolescents, focusing on mental health issues, nutrition, substance abuse, all those things. There is a government, I think it's called Rashtriya Kishore, Swasthya Karyakram, RKSK. And then it's a national program focusing on adolescent health, including mental health, nutrition, and substance abuse. And there are certain NGOs also involved in this. And if you are living in a certain neighborhood, maybe there is a community support, including religious places, temples. You can go seek sometimes because they know a lot of spiritual things. They can guide you spiritually. That's very important. And there are certain books you can go read so that you build certain discipline in your life, because having a disciplined life leads to good health and good physical health and good mental health. And some of the books I recommend is you might have known Atomic Habits. It's a very good book on how to build habits, because it's all about achieving something in life is not about just being very, very intelligent, scoring high. It's about how you develop habits. Because these habits are important for your disciplined life. Okay, so this book, Atomic Habits, helps you understand what's the scientific basis of habit formation, how to sustain habits, how to live healthy, good life, using these habits. Another one you might have heard is 12 Rules for Life by Jordan Peterson. He's very famous on YouTube. You can go check 12 Rules for Life. It's a very simple rules that you can maintain in your life. Very, very simple rules, and including how to keep your room clean. Okay, you start from your room. Keep your room clean. That's very important. Okay, it looks simple, but it's very important. Also, if you are spiritual, read Gita. It has abundant knowledge and it has a lot of practical tips for life, because that's extremely important. Why I recommend Gita is it's very simple. As a human being, you just have to do your duty. We are all come here on planet Earth. We have certain duty. Okay, it's not just, we cannot always ask for rights. Okay? Because we always, it's my right, this is my right, at home, at streets, in the school, we always fight for our rights, but we always tend to forget our duties, our responsibilities, our obligation towards parents, societies, everyone else. Okay, so that's very important that you perform your duties first and then seek rights later. Okay? And you do your duty, don't worry about the fruits, whatever, it will come to you sooner or later. That's very important, because that makes you not get frustrated. You put so much effort in something, you don't achieve what you intend. It happens 90% of the time for 90% of the people. They put all honest efforts. They do all the best they can do, but still they cannot. It's very common. Okay, So in that you get frustrated. You get frustrated very easily. And it's quite natural to get frustrated because you put so much effort. And how not to get frustrated? You just have to leave the fruits to whatever it is. It's not in your hands. Okay? You've done your best, but your efforts will not go waste. Okay? You have learned something. It's an experience. Now you have learned to work hard. That itself is a positive step. You might have achieved. You might have not achieved what you intended to, but you have learned to put efforts. Okay, that's your strength. You have built a habit. How to put good efforts, how to work hard, how to organize, how to prepare. These are all qualities. You have earned these qualities, even though you didn't achieve what you intended. But you have now you know how to work hard, how to organize. Okay, so don't worry. You have learned a lot of things. You have don't give up anytime. That's why you should read Gita. Okay. So again, let's move on to kind of. Okay, let me give certain practical recommendation for various stakeholders. What are the stakeholders? Here comes adolescents, you guys yourselves, the parents, maybe the school, colleges, or the community, whatever. Right. So first, the practical recommendations for adolescents is reach out for support when needed, please. Okay. Everyone needs help. Everyone needs help. Okay. So reach out for support. Be open. Okay. But reach out to right people. Okay. Don't go on in telling everyone. Maybe that's that's a futile. Reach out to right people. So build resilience, mental resilience. Most times we all fail. Most times it's not just you or someone. Most times people fail. But you should have a resilience to withstand that stress. You should just take it with sportively. You should build positive coping strategies. Okay? So if you read these books, you understand what are positive coping strategies. Engage in healthy activities, engage in certain sport, do some volunteer work once in a week, give 1 or 2 hours to your community. See how much it helps. Because when you go out and do 1 or 2 hours of volunteer work, you build relationship with other people, you build network. You feel very good when you give your time or whatever resources you have. You feel very good. Just try it out and you see positive thing happening to you yourself. There is so much positivity out of this giving out. Okay? And so for parents and families, what I can recommend is encourage open communication and trust your kids. Don't always suspect. Don't always keep questioning too much. Be attentive to their behavioral change. Keep watching them if there is any change in their sleep pattern, how they are eating, their appetite, their mood swings. Watching if it's if these changes last very long, like few weeks, then seek help. You talk to them, then you seek some professional help early. Don't leave it for very late. Okay. So, and also you encourage your kids to have healthy routines like sleep, food, exercise. Encourage them to do some their favorite sport, and also discourage them from using too much screen. Okay. These are all you need to kind of push them. Okay. It's very important. For schools and communities, what can I say? So encourage your students to develop life skills. You all teach what is in the textbook, but most of the times, once in a while, in your teaching, include some life skills. Slowly, you need to give tidbits to your students because you are elders. You have gone through all this. You have to give some tips on life skills to your students. It's very important. Okay? And mental health should be a part of education in curriculum, in my opinion. I guess it's being recommended in the new national education policy, I guess. If teachers or someone in the community, if they see their students, behavioral changes in their students, go talk to them, seek, ask them to seek professional help. Also, the colleges and schools should organize extracurricular activities and encourage all students to do something. Okay, because you need to promote socialization. It's very important. Okay, and so that it builds their self-esteem in the long. So my final thoughts is what I say is adolescence is a second chance for brain development. Okay, so it's also it's very important that you take this very seriously, because sometimes you would have gone through a lot of tough situation in your early life, but it's okay. Adolescence is a second chance. You can mold yourself into a good human being. Okay, so it's very important that you take all the steps. You be very conscious of your behavior, so that your brain, which is still developing, is developed into the best it can. Because that's because it keeps on developing until mid-20s. Encourage good behavior so that your brain develops into something really good, resilient. Okay, community, family, and other support groups, please adopt compassion, empathy towards your kids, your students. It's very important. You don't know what they are going through. They are quite shy sometimes, they are not open to talk to, discuss their issues. So you need to be very compassionate. Don't judge them too quickly. So maybe talking to them helps. Okay. So with that, I will stop here. I will invite open discussion, any questions on this, and so if you have any student or adolescents, any mental health issues or even physical health issues, we offer student counseling for health issues, mental and both physical health issues. We also offer student counseling for non-health issues, including higher education, career guidance, personal issues, relationship issues, sexuality, etc. You can reach us at iBrains.com@gmail.com. Our number is 9900441580. So you can call us, WhatsApp us, message us, email us. We offer student discounts. We keep it very confidential. We are very, very compassionate. We try different methods. We personalize. It's not like we have one solution that we throw at everyone. We don't do that. We try to understand you, your needs, your specific situation, and we try to tailor the solution to your needs that suits you best. Okay? So thank you very much for this opportunity. I'm really grateful to Dr. Nagaraj Halemani for giving me this opportunity to address to you guys, and I'm happy to take any questions and open the discussion. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Now you can raise your questions, queries, any clarifications needed. You can raise it in the chat box. Sir has already given the number of iBrains. You can contact through the number, or even you can email it and obtain the clarification or solution from iBrains. You can meet in person if necessary. Sir, here is a question. It's not from an adolescent. It's from a 40 years aged person.
Okay.
Can I raise it?
Yeah, it's okay.
Sir, he is Mr. Jitendra Kumar. मेरी उम्र 40 वर्ष है और मैं अब थोड़ा थोड़ा कुछ बोलने लगा हूँ, तो मुझे क्या करना चाहिए या कोई टेस्ट ऐसा करना चाहिए, बोलिए.
Okay, नाम मिस्टर जितेंद्र कुमार, राइट?
हाँ, जितेंद्र कुमार.
जितेंद्र कुमार जी, आपका प्रॉब्लम मुझे कंप्लीट समझ में नहीं आया. आप और थोड़ा एलाबरेट कर सकते हैं आपका प्रॉब्लम के बारे में. नहीं तो आप हमको कॉल कर सकते हैं, मेल कर सकते हैं, हम बातचीत कर सकते हैं. That's what I can say.
If you have any more questions, yes, I repeat again, contact Dr. Nagaraj Halemani in iBrains. It is in Rajarajeshwari Nagar. The doctor is very much reachable. Even the clinic is also nearby. You can take the support if needed. Sir, in your talk, you have mentioned about the various factors which contribute for the adolescent issues, problems like peer issues, social media, erratic lifestyle, cultural conflicts, and so on. So which are the main things which lead to mental issues in adolescence, such as anxiety, depression, and so on. So to come out of it, early intervention is necessary. That's what the professor feels. Yes, you have to. You should not hesitate to go to a counselor or a psychiatrist. So please approach a person and get rid of the problem. Sir has given enough practical tips for healthy life. Sir, I have a question. May not be just related to adolescent ones. It can be a general thing. Sir, neuroscience has now proved that it's not our willpower, it's our brain's, the filter system that keeps us stuck. So how to rewire the brain and take for fast action?
So the brain is not completely rigid. It's although we refer to our brain as hardware and behavior, our external behavior as software. It's not really rigid. It's very, very malleable. It's very flexible. So it will mold into what you want. It's so flexible that you can make, like you go to gym to train your muscles, right? So if you want to build muscles, within 3 months you build muscles. In the same way, our brain is like that. You can build your brain like however you want. It's our brain is equivalent to our muscles. You go to gym to train your muscle. Likewise, if you train your brain to certain routine, certain behavior, certain discipline, you're going to get a good brain. It's as simple as that. It's not hardwired. It's not rigid. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. So finally, we can conclude this session. So from today's talk, we have understood many aspects. We have got solution for mental issues from Dr. Nagaraj Halemani. Sir has mentioned solutions which lead to erase negative thinking patterns, beat procrastination to achieve any goal in your life using the power of science and psychology. start feeling more relaxed and calm. Reprogram your mind to attract what you desire. Achieve success in all areas of your life. Find the real root cause of your sufferings and end them. Get rid of your limiting beliefs and so on. So from Prajna team, our humble pronounce thanks to Dr. Nagaraj Halemani for giving this informative talk. We had concentrated this talk, the topic of the day, on adolescents problems. So we have I'm very sure the purpose is served through this session. Sir, thank you so much. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. I really, thank you for your opportunity, for giving me this opportunity to address you, the youngsters and their parents and others, and share my whatever little I know about adolescents' health and mental health. And I really appreciate the work you are doing through your foundation. Excellent work. Keep it up. And it's really helping a lot of people to bring together, exchange ideas, be supportive of each other. I wish you all the best.
Thank you. Thank you. I also thank all the audience for joining this session. Thank you very much.